with unprecedented detail, clarity, color, and depth, along with theater-quality sound. DirecTV presents the most immersive live TV event ever. Now be the first to experience the Masters in 4K Ultra HD. With exclusive coverage from Augusta's famed Amen Corner. It's just like being there. The Masters, live in 4K. Call 1-855-WATCH-4K.
This is an important medical announcement for anyone suffering from back or knee pain. If you or a loved one suffers from back or knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, relief is only a phone call away. You can qualify for a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. Call our pain management hotline today and also get free delivery. Stop living in pain because the brace you need is too costly.
Please call 800-954-4489.
Las Vegas, and a beautiful day. We're actually starting this game just after 5 o'clock local time, so still a lot of sunshine on the field, and they're expecting a packed house. The Mets AAA affiliate is the Las Vegas 51s, and this is their home ballpark. But as we know, JD, there are a lot of Cub fans here in the ballpark tonight, as always.
Oh, yeah, Cubs, everywhere they go this spring, have been drawing huge crowds, set another record in terms of home attendance. For all of spring training, back-to-back years, they've done that, and they've drawn sellout crowds everywhere they've gone, and there's a ton of Cub fans here again this evening.
So 2 here against the Mets, and then one more exhibition game on Sunday against the Angels. There's Terry Collins, who led his team to a National League pennant last season. He and Joe Madden go way back to their Angels days. What a weird season series last year. The Cubs swept the Mets 7-0 in the regular season, and then the Mets turned the table on the Cubs 4-0 in the NLCS.
And that pretty much tells the story of the Mets season last year, too, because when we saw them, it was late June, July, they just were not a good club. They were second to last in the National League in runs scored in the first half and led the league in runs scored in the second half. A complete reversal in terms of their offensive production.
Paul Sewald, a right-hander who's from Las Vegas, will start for the Mets, and this is the Cubs lineup he will face. Switch hitting Ben Zobrist at the top. Jason Hayward not hitting for average, but he is hitting for power this spring. Another Las Vegas native, Chris Bryant. You see what he did last year here in his quote home ballpark. Anthony Rizzo will clean up at first. Kyle Schwarber in left, batting fifth. LaStella, Russell, and Ross. And then Ryan Williams. He'll start the year in the minor leagues, but a prospect the Cubs are excited about as well.
Mets defensively set up this way. Michael Conforto, the youngster, is out in left. Big arm in center field with Cespedes. Curtis Granderson will patrol right field. They got a new look in the middle of the diamond there with Asdrubal Cabrera and Neil Walker joining this ball club. The corners are manned by David Wright and Lucas Duda. Kevin Plawecki will do the catching for the Mets tonight. And as Len mentioned, Paul Sewald, who was a teammate of Chris Bryant's in Little League and again in college at the University of San Diego, will make his first start since college. He's been a relief pitcher throughout his minor league career, but a local guy getting a chance to make this start here tonight. He was third in the Eastern League with 24 saves last year at AA Binghamton.
That actually is, we just found out, not right, because that's Doug Eddings behind the plate. I think Dana is out at third. Does that look right to you?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Kind of looks.
So I think we've got the 4 umpires right. We just had to move them around a little bit. So Sewald to Zobrist. And a strike on a sinking fastball to get us started. Be handled by Neil Walker. Hard to see him in any uniform other than the Pirates. He was signed in the offseason. Daniel Murphy is now in Washington National. Nice hand for Jason Hayward. He's playing center tonight. Dexter Fowler is fine with that left side tightness. Just for the regular season, he probably wouldn't have even come out of the game the other day. And that's outside for ball one, 1-1.
Well, the scouting report on Seawald is more of a finesse type guy. Doesn't throw real hard. Tries to pound the bottom of the zone with sinking fastballs. Jacob deGrom was supposed to pitch, but he and his wife are expecting a baby any day now, so he decided to stay back in Florida.
Two and two on Hayward. The guy on deck, Chris Bryant, I'm sure excited to face Seawald, and we will tell you why when he comes up. Off the plate inside, 3-2. For strike three, and that will set up a matchup of former Little League and college teammates. Both grew up in Las Vegas and later for a time were together at the University of San Diego.
Yeah, sharing a moment there. Chris with a big smile out towards Seawald. Was a couple of years ahead of Chris in college for the Toreros, right? USD.
And a fly ball pretty well hit left center and caught. Run down by Cespedes. So I guess both guys can feel good about that at bat. Bryant hit it well. Seawald got him out, and the Mets are coming up when we return.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids. Breathe.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Champion! 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 Hey, 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 hey!
Checking out the RAV4?
Yep, looking for something fun.
Well, with available Sport Tune suspension, you can turn any trip into an awesome adventure.
Yeah! Yeah! Aaron's.
Aren't they the best?
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the all-new 2016 RAV4. Or lease RAV4 for only $209 per month during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event.
Have fun running those errands.
Toyota, let's go places.
How much does spring training mean? Well, probably not much, and these two teams hoping that is definitely the case. Cubs 7 under in the Cactus League. The Mets have not won in 13 consecutive games. A lot of their regulars in the lineup: Granderson, Wright, Cespedes, Duda, Walker, Conforto, Cabrera, Plawecki, and it'll be Travis d'Arnaud as the #1 starter back of the plate, and Seawald the pitcher.
Here's how the Cubs line up this evening. Kyle Schwarber is going to be the left fielder. Jason Hayward is in center. Chris Bryant with an appearance in right. Third to first, Tommy La Stella, Addison Russell, Ben Zobrist, Anthony Rizzo, Grandpa Ross behind the plate. The 24-year-old right-hander Ryan Williams, boy, he had a Heck of a year last year. He was the Cubs minor league pitcher of the year, and there are the numbers to support it. 14-3 with a 2.16 in low A and then double A. A strike thrower, sinker, a lot of ground ball outs. He allowed just 2 home runs last year.
Chicago native Curtis Granderson down in the count 0-2. So it would have been John Lackey and Jacob deGrom. deGrom stayed in Florida. Lackey pitched today in Arizona. 1-2. Hard on the ground, right into the shift. That's LaStella, the third baseman, to make the play.
That would be 5, Qua 4-3. It's a good crossword word, Qua. Q-U-A, in the or words of French, like in the roll of.
I'll remember that. Here's David Wright. They backed off on him, pun intended. He did not get into any Grapefruit League games until the middle of March as he deals with chronic back issues. Chatting with his manager before the game, Terry Collins, he said he's been really good about telling the Mets to this point when he might need a day. And they'll try to be on top of it as the season moves along.
You talked about the Mets' poor record this spring. They, like the Cubs, started their starting pitchers a little more slowly than normally.
Russell throws out right.
The headline in the New York Post I saw online today said that the Mets have been putrid this spring.
Yeah, they haven't been very good. 7-16-5. Cubs 10-17-2. Nobody seems to be worried.
Yeah, well, there's no correlation between spring training one-loss record and regular season one-loss record. Now, if you feel like guys are out of shape and not ready to answer the bell, that's a separate issue. Well, wins and losses, not so much. They've had 5 ties.
There's Cespedes. Huge year last year. Big part of the Mets playoff run. He combined for 35 homers, 42 doubles between the Tigers and the Mets. And he ended up re-signing to a 3-year, $75 million deal, although he can opt out after just 1 season.
I mean, he really went off when he first joined the Mets, and people started talking about Cespedes as the potential MVP in the National League.
Foul tipped.
Williams, like Seawald of the Mets, similar approach. A lot of strikes, good movement down around the knees. This is a breaking pitch. Work quickly. Can elevate here. Williams, a 10th round pick in 2014 out of East Carolina. 14-3 last year with a 2.16. Combined 2 years in the minor league, 16-4 with a 2.03 earned run average.
From Morgan Hill, California.
Works far first base side of the rubber.
Poked the other way for the first hit of the ball game. So Cespedes is aboard.
That's a good pitch. It's a sinker on or off the outside corner, down below the knees.
We'll bring up Lucas Duda. Knocked in 6 runs in the NLCS, 5 of which came in the clincher, game 4 at Wrigley Field. get out of play. Fair amount of foul territory behind the bases here, corner bases, and we've got the high walls in the outfield. It's only 328 down the lines, but 433 to center. Wind blowing out right now toward right center. I was told yesterday they had 40-mile-an-hour winds here. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Boy, in the summertime here with the winds blowing out, it's hot and dry, the ball just jumps. So many talented first basemen in the National League. Dude is not among the elite, but he's a good solid run producer. 27 home runs last year after hitting 30 the year before.
Zobrist was way out there, and Bryant will take it from him. As deep as you'll see a second baseman play. 0-0 after an inning from Vegas.
Chicago, a place where no two neighborhoods, streets, individuals are the same. A city united by winter and divided by summer. But for a brief moment, 5 of Chicago's giants all share the stage. April, a month when new seasons blossom and roads to championships are paved. Beginning or end, the goal remains the same: to create history. What an April.
Building the only trucks with the best fuel economy, best towing, best torque, and best payload takes guts. Overcoming any obstacle, that's the glory. Get a great deal on the trucks that give you both during Ram Truck Month.
Now get 0% APR for 84 months, plus $2,000 bonus cash on the 2016 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
It's our firm belief that corners are meant to be hugged, not cut. Luxury without compromise. The Audi A3, starting at $30,900. Experience uncompromised luxury at your local Audi dealer.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Following the postseason run and an impressive offseason, there's tremendous excitement leading up to the Wrigley Field home openers. Show your support of Cubs baseball from the beginning. April and May offer fans the best availability to get the seats you want. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com. Steven Matz and Jason Hamill will pitch tomorrow. The Cubs will be the home team. They're the visitors today. Say cheese. Here's Anthony Rizzo. Talked about him in the open. He's had a solid spring. Right to Walker. Four up, four down for Sewald, and now Kyle Schwarber. Well, whenever we come here, we always like to go down memory lane. You were a Las Vegas Star back in the day.
Yeah, summer of 1992.
Did you enjoy your time here?
Yeah, I did. It was a fun group of guys. I mean, it's never fun to go back to the minor leagues after being in the big leagues for a while, but I spent half a season here, a couple months anyway. Good group of guys. Jimmy Ruggleman was the manager. And then he ended up being the Padre manager towards the end of that year when they let Greg Riddock go.
Here's a 1-1. Schwarber, and it's a strike. Big story around the Mets this week was Matt Harvey. Story came out originally that he had a non-baseball health issue. And then after that happened, it came out that he was fine He had a blood clot in his bladder. I guess he had an infection. Doctors cleared him. He's going to be just fine. But as you can imagine, the tabloids in New York had some fun with it. He was not too pleased. Said it was a pretty serious situation there for about a day or so. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, but in defense of the headline writers, I think most of the snark came out after they knew he was okay. But yeah. Talked about Sewald not being a power guy, but he slipped that fastball by Schwarber, who was maybe a little late getting started there.
Yeah, I understand both sides. And imagine, Harvey was pretty scared at first about what it could have been. And you like the fact that he was pretty upfront about what it actually was, but then when you're honest about it,
right,
it gets splashed all over the headlines. No pun intended. See, I walked right into that and I didn't even realize it. 1-1 on La Stella. But the bottom line is he's okay. And the Mets are very happy about that. High drive to center. Again, it's 433 in that area. And La Stella around second. He's going to stop there with a double. Ball that probably is a home run in just about any other ballpark.
Yeah, he really gives this one a full treatment. Stayed back on that breaking pitch and absolutely crushes it. Cespedes plays a very shallow center field, or at least it looks shallow in this big ballpark. And one hop off the wall. No need to push for 3 there with 2 outs.
Here's Russell. He seems to be poised for a big sophomore season. Is filling up quickly. In the dirt, 3 balls, no strikes.
Sewald didn't want to give in there with a cripple fastball on 2-0. He's got an open base. See if he can get Russell to chase. He almost did. I'd green light him right here. Even if it weren't spring training, I'd green light him.
Borderline strike 1.
Mr. Met gets a prominent place in the Mets spring training attire.
And he walked him.
So Ernie Banks is Mr. Cub. Speaking of Mr. Met. So who's Mr. Met? The history of the New York Mets, would you say? It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, younger fans would probably say David Wright.
That was my first thought.
People of a certain age might argue Ed Kranepool, who was there forever.
David Ross stinging the ball. He went 3 for 3 against the Rockies yesterday. All 3 hits were doubles. The day before, he hit a home run.
Tom Seaver.
Tom Seaver was another I was thinking of, yeah.
Chico Escuela had a nice run there.
One on Ross.
Rossi had a big day yesterday. Been swinging it well lately.
2 on, 2 down. Top of the second.
Tough pitch. Sewell has good command of that slider, slurvy breaking ball. Starts it on the plate and just runs it off the outside edge. Catches David leaning here. Get him set up to try to bust him in. We'll see if they do it. This is just a really good pitch. Strike to ball. Right starts on the plate and just dives right off the outside corner.
Almost impossible pitch to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
A little of that 2-strike anxiety. You don't want to get caught looking.
Third strikeout here in the first 2 innings. 0-0.
Spring training baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is presented by Canals Auto Park, Route 41, Lake Bluff.
Who knew mini motoring could be so much fun? Actually, we did. We're Canals Mini, featuring the entire lineup of 2016 Mini models. Who knew motoring a Mini could be this affordable? Once again, we did. We're Canals Mini, now featuring special offers, plus boot to bonnet no-cost maintenance standard. Who knew you'd be so ready for a Mini? We did. Canals Mini, Route 41, Lake Bluff.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help you build all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything. Whether you're creating a new kitchen or a backyard getaway, you'll save 11% on all of it. So you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Code red. Code red. We're code red. Come on, laundry room staff.
How bad is it?
Oh, she took her juice box right to the face.
Clear.
Okay, so.
What about backup, Lammy?
This is backup, Lammy. All right, go, 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 go. Keep your head right. Don't let her see the fear in your eyes.
Okay.
See the new line of Samsung Active Wash washers at Abt.
We are back. We are scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second. Clark's Crew is the official kids club of the Chicago Cubs. Team up with Clark as a member of Clark's Crew and receive kid-specific perks, experiences, and merchandise. Visit Cubs.com/kids to sign up your young Cubs so they can be part of the fun all season long.
You have opened up kind of a fun conversation about Mr. Met. We're getting some Mike Piazza votes on Twitter. We'll talk with that guy in the next half inning. Joe Madden.
Getting any Rod Gaspar?
Switch hitting Neil Walker.
From his better side. Especially in terms of the power. Daniel Murphy, the postseason hero, is now Washington National. Signed a 3-year deal with the Nats as a free agent. Nets have added Walker as Drupal Cabrera to play short. Wilmer Flores becomes a backup. Ruben Tejada is now a Cardinal.
I think he got hurt today.
Did he really?
I don't know if it's serious. On the ground, diving stop, Zobrist out at first.
Big time play. Talk a lot about Zobrist and his versatility, and not just the ability to play different positions, but to play them extremely well. A little difficulty getting out of the glove, but enough arm to win the race with Walker.
Michael Conforto Tejada's got a quad injury. Sounds like he'll start the year on the DL. It's hit foul. Conforto had a 2-homer game in the World Series. Game 4. He's 23 years old. 56-game debut in the regular season last year.
A good-looking young hitter.
Smoked foul to left.
270, 335 on base, 506 slugging in 174 Major League at-bats last year. Went deep 9 times.
Product of Oregon State. Caught strike 3. Sewald and Williams have been impressive here early. That's his first strikeout.
Our first look at Ryan Williams. This is my first look at him. And kind of Kyle Hendricks-like in his approach.
Cabrera is a switch hitter. Signed as a free agent in December.
Williams a bigger guy. He's 6'4", 220.
Foul and out of play. One more candidate for Mr. Met via Twitter, Doc Gooden. It's a good call. I'm going to go with David Wright. Ernie made it easy for us, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, then you get into the whole conversation. Well, what's your Mount Rushmore of Cubs? And what's your Mount Rushmore of Mets? At the risk of offending somebody.
Zobrist has been busy early. The Mets go down 1, 2, 3. 2 in the books from Vegas, scoreless.
Dare to see Blue Man Group tonight at Briar Street Theater.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin. If you've been hurt at work or injured in an auto accident, I'd like to be your lawyer. Please call me at 312-600-0000. Ankin Law, injury law, made personal.
With unprecedented detail, clarity, color, and depth, along with theater-quality sound, DirecTV presents the most immersive live TV event ever. Now be the first to experience the Masters in 4K Ultra HD. With exclusive coverage from Augusta's famed Amen Corner. It's just like being there. The Masters, live in 4K. Call 1-855-WATCH-4K.
Beautiful setting here in Las Vegas. 0-0. We've got Joe Madden with us for the top of the third. Joe, you ready to go?
I think we're all ready. Absolutely. It was a great camp. We got a lot accomplished. Come up here to Vegas for a couple nights and you know, continue the getting everybody ready. But overall, I thought it was a great camp and everybody's absolutely ready for opening day.
How about this kid on the mound, Ryan Williams, who's at the plate currently?
Like him.
Yeah.
Like him. I thought he pitched really well for us. Big guy, good angle. Has some really good movement on his pitches. A nice changeup. Really, I like his makeup a lot when you talk to him conversationally. I really get the sense that he thinks he's a big leaguer and that he belongs here. I really like when you get a young player that kind of portrays that kind of an attitude, not in a cocky way, just in a confident way. And I think you're going to see him up at Wrigley in the near future.
Is it fair to compare him to Kyle Hendricks in terms of his approach?
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know the velocity on the gun. He might have a little bit more velocity. I think it looks like that way from the side, but overall same approach, maybe better angle, taller, that kind of thing. But yeah, very similar in their approach. You're right.
So a couple of days away from starting in earnest.
Yes.
Any concerns?
No, honestly, not really, or not at all. The biggest thing has always been about good health. Every team's going to tell you the same thing this time of the year. One of the edicts going into camp, I told the boys to be well and to be ready by the end of this camp. I think we are. You know, Jake, the little scare with the possible blister, but it's fine on his thumb. Overall, I think we're in pretty good stead.
iPads in the dugout. I read your comments yesterday. I'm in on you, what you said, because you've done it one way and it's worked for you. Yeah. Is your understanding that they'll be in every dugout, and whether you use it or not, it's just there in case?
Yeah, that's what I got. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to denigrate, because I'm all about computers and iPads, and I love my iPad. I use it a lot. I use it a lot for prep in the morning. I'll sit down in the hotel lobby, and now they got the pencil for this thing. I'll write out all my notes and send in the lineup, and I'll check out all the stuff. PDF files are sent to me. My point is, the speed of the game doesn't permit you to mess with a machine or a box and type and all that kind of stuff in the games. And I have to see, because I'm not sure yet where it can benefit us and me during the course of a game. Like this little card in my hand right now, and I don't even have it all filled out, but I'll get more information that I'll include on this card prior to the game, and then Davey's got his stuff, and Boz has got his stuff, Johnny and Ski's got their stuff, and it's all there and it's accessible. So I actually think that a computer can slow down the process during the course of a game.
Yeah, I'm fascinated at the whole idea of some managers who probably have no use for it at all. Just don't want to do it. They feel like they're set, and
well, I mean, my point is,
yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not. I'm all about them, but not. I don't think I need it there. Is my point.
Right.
And I'll find out. I mean, because I don't. You know, until you really get to see what it's capable of doing at that moment. I was even talking about, I'm reading about where the next level obviously is artificial intelligence, where pretty much these things they'll think at the speed of you. Maybe you just ask it a question in the game and you could access it like that without having to manipulate it. It may have some substance eventually, but I just don't know. I got to see it. I got to feel it, because I know how it benefits me and us prior to the game. I just don't know how it benefits you during the game.
Yeah, I'd love to see the conversation where an umpire is looking at you. I'm going to set up a hitter in a minute, but I need my page to refresh.
I need to reboot. It's just not. It's not working properly right now.
Who we're going to use?
Exactly. I'm getting interference from the other dugout.
Oh, good stuff. Joe, always appreciate the time, and we'll get it cranked up Monday night.
All right, guys. Be well.
Thanks, Joe Madden, the reigning Manager of the Year in the National League.
Which side is our best side? This one? That one? You know what? Actually, our best side is this one. Our heart. Because only an airline with a heart would give you great deals like this. Now you can fly for as low as $69 one way. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency.
We try to stay directly within the Fields Auto Group. Fields has a wonderful reputation.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
They're as invested in me as a person as I am in them, and that makes a huge difference. It makes me come back.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
I felt confident in buying because of the service and the fact that this dealership would stand behind it.
Fields Matters because you matter.
Hey everyone, Kelly Crawl here. Sportsnet Central will follow Cubs and Mets on Comcast Sportsnet. We'll have full highlights from Las Vegas, plus my one-on-one bike ride interview with Joe Madden. Join me and Chris Bowden tonight after Cubs baseball.
Saturday, the Chicago Fire take the pitch once again. Watch them fight for their first win of the season. They'll square off against the Philadelphia Union. Coverage starts Saturday at 3:30 on CSN Chicago. Thanks to Joe Madden for joining us. One thing I wanted to ask him we didn't get a chance to is he had a quote the other day about he's trying to get really good at doing nothing.
Oh, you got to talk to me. I could do a seminar.
This is Kevin Plawecki. Oh, that's off Ryan Williams, and that'll be a base hit. Wow, it was actually closer at first than I thought it would be, and Williams really stung by that liner. Here comes Joe, here comes P.J. Mainville.
Wasn't a whole lot of time for Williams to react. It's a bit of a hanging sinker, maybe a changeup. It was a sinker, but it was up. And just on the outside of the right knee, perhaps. And you got a sense of it there. You hear the crack of the bat and then the sound of the ball hitting his leg.
Well, you know he'd like to continue. So we'll take a warm-up toss or two and see how it feels.
Good to go.
Joe's saying, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yep." Danny Muno will bat for Seawald. Switch hitting infielder. Strike called. And 1-1. Trevor Cahill is up in the Cubs bullpen.
Muno he's had 28 plate appearances this spring. .32 plate appearances with the big club last year. Hit a .148, .277 here at AAA Las Vegas.
Right back to Williams. 1-6-3 double play.
The sinker ballers get a lot of comebackers. First one got him. Second one he turned into 2 outs. Revenge. He drifts a little bit towards first base with his finish, but that time it served him well. Hop right up into the midsection. Easy double play.
Granderson. And he looks at a strike.
Granderson had a nice year last year. Previous year, his first year in the Met uniform, probably the worst year of his career. do that at the age of 34, people start to talk about player in decline, but the bounce back year last year indicates that he's still got plenty left in the tank.
Cubs have played 25 exhibition games in this ballpark since coming here in 1993. I think we've been here every year since I've been doing this, back to 2005.
Are you up or down, would you say? Or dead even?
I'm even.
Ooh, that reminds me. I sound like Horseshack there.
We did
remember last year when we left here, we were having a question about gambling.
There was something that you dropped on the air, and we said we're going to come back to it a year from now.
When we come to Vegas, yeah.
And now we have to remember what that was.
Did it have to do like Friday the 13th?
It did.
Whether it was more or less gambling?
Yes.
Something like that.
Okay. Somebody will remember who's watching, right? Scoreless.
During the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event,
Johnson steps up to the line.
There's always cause for celebration.
Got it. Did he ever come?
With extraordinary offers on our most exciting lineup of SUVs ever, including the stylish all-new RX and the dynamic NX. Because thrills like this only happen during the Command Performance Sales Event. Lease the 2016 NX 200 Turbo for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
And the #1 window and door company in America is
Feldco.
To celebrate this amazing achievement, Feldco is offering 2 windows for the price of 1, with no money down and no interest for 1 year.
On behalf of the entire Feldco team, thank you. And remember, 2 windows for the price of 1 ends soon. So hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
To win a national championship once is a big deal. Binny's Beverage Depot has won it 3 times as National Retailer of the Year for wine, spirits, and beer. Low prices, a gigantic selection, and super service. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Here's a tip. It's worth the trip to emetroford.com. See for yourself how affordable your new Ford will be at emetroford.com. See why Metro Fords are everywhere.
Metro Fords are everywhere.
Visit emetroford.com today.
Tomorrow, the battle for home ice advantage continues on CSN Chicago as your Hawks go on the hunt for 2 pivotal points in Winnipeg. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live, followed by the opening faceoff on CSN.
Spring training baseball is presented by Canals Auto Park. Las Vegas. 2 games here and then off to Anaheim to get the season started. Left-hander Jerry Blevins will face Chris Bryant.
It's a tall matchup. Blevins, a string bean left-hander, 6'6", $185.
There's Mr. Bryant, Mike, Chris's dad. We talked to Mike a lot during the season. Great ESPN The Magazine article about their relationship. He has been Chris's hitting coach since he picked up a bat. And Chris and Bryce Harper received keys to the city of Las Vegas this past offseason. All the cities we like to have keys to, this might be near the top of the list, right?
Well, but you don't really need a key because
that's true.
You never lock it up. It's always open.
Blevins, a former Cub draft pick, 17th round, 2004.
He pitched 7 times last year, had a couple of freaky arm injuries, got hit by a comebacker. Previous year, he was a national, and he had a 4.87 ERA and 64 appearances. I suspect they're going to use him primarily as a left-handed specialist.
Bryant takes the walk.
They didn't want to let Bryant get his arms extended, kept working that fastball in on the hands.
Here's Rizzo. 1 on, nobody out. Him off the plate. Kind of a newsy day around the big leagues. Pablo Sandoval will not be the Red Sox opening day third baseman. It'll be Travis Shaw. So Sandoval will be a bench player.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out real well, has it?
No, it
Pablo and the Red Sox.
Andrew Miller has a right wrist fracture. It's his non-throwing hand, and he's going to try to pitch through it for the Yankees.
Well, they're without Aroldis Chapman for the first 30 days of the season. And Miller will fill in as the closer.
And Trevor Bauer goes to the Indians bullpen. 2-2.
Who's taking a spot in the rotation?
It's going to be Kluber, Carrasco, Salazar, Cody Anderson, Josh Tomlin. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Blevins finds Rizzo for the first out.
Big curveball here by Blevins. That's his best secondary pitch. He's not overpowering. 89 to 91 with the fastball. The curveball can be a real nice weapon for him. He punches Rizzo out in front a little bit.
Inside ball 1. Justin Verlander gave up a home run in a minor league game today to his younger brother Ben. How cool is that? I don't think he tried to give up a home run, but he did.
Well, probably better to give up a home run to your brother than to walk him. Because if you walk him, he's just going to accuse you of ducking him.
Strike 2, Schwarber, 1-1.
I think the curveball that Blevins threw Rizzo makes the fastball even more effective to Schwarber, right? Because if you're Schwarber also hitting from the left side, you see that big slow hook, you have to respect that pitch. And with that in the back of your mind, sometimes it's tougher to pull the trigger on the heater.
Playing between Duda and Walker on the right side. And the pitch. He chased one out of the zone and not real happy with himself.
Well, Blevins is going to be the lefty specialist. He's just dispatched 2 very dangerous left-handed hitters. Got Rizzo with the curveball. He got Schwarber to chase the high heat.
Stella doubled in the second. He's playing third. Chris Bryant's in right. We've seen Chris in the outfield a little more frequently here recently with Javier Baez starting the year on the DL. Some other guys may need to have a bit more defensive flexibility than we anticipated going into spring training, at least early in April. And Zobrist will be the backup shortstop. He's 2 for 2. And I'll tell you what, JD, we might see Brian in the outfield on occasion just to get Tommy LaStella's bat in the lineup.
Yeah, I think, you know, especially when you're up against guys with plus stuff, guys that can dominate a lineup, get a lot of swings and misses. LaStella's so quick. He's not real dangerous, but he's just tough to put away.
Terry Collins will make a change here in the fourth inning. It's a bullpen day for the Mets. We'll take a break and be back with more Scoreless from Vegas.
Which side is our best side? This one? That one? You know what? Actually, our best side is this one. Our heart. Because only an airline with a heart would give you great deals like this. Now you can fly for as low as $69 one way. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency.
We built this thingy. We built this thingy on tech that's old. We built this thingy. But we built.
Yeah, Xfinity built this newer thingy that lets me search with my voice.
We're good. Don't fall for DirecTV. Find shows faster with the X1 voice remote, only from Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
Hi, I need a safe car.
The Camry's really safe. 10 airbags, even has a backup camera.
Wow, that could come in handy.
Bye. Dad!
Gotta keep my little girl safe.
Don't worry, he'll only be like this for another 10 or 15 years.
At least.
Get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a new 2016 Camry. Or lease Camry for $189 per month during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event.
Here you go.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is Chase Bradford, the third Mets pitcher. Let's see what he did last year here with the Las Vegas 51s. And he's from here.
Fun for him.
To Silverado High School and University of Central Florida. 2 on, 2 down. Russell takes ball 1.
Bradford was a 35th round draft pick in 2011. 1,061 went before him.
Down by Plawecki.
So when you sign a kid that late in the draft, you don't have high expectations, but he's knocking on the door of the big leagues here, pitching AAA and pitching fairly effectively. So the PCL is a great hitters league.
To start the inning. Rizzo and Schwarber struck out. LaStella with a single. And now a 2-1 to Russell. Now 3 balls and a strike.
See how aggressive Bradford is here on 3-1. Barry. Russell didn't get it. Good swing. .3-1 heater, 90 miles an hour. Just pulled off it a little bit.
Called strike 3 to end the inning. No argument for Madison. Cubs strand a couple. Bottom 4 coming up. 0-0.
Honda believes in helping you use your garage to its fullest potential. That's why we're offering great deals on the things you'll want in your garage, like the Honda CR-V. The best-selling SUV in America comes with a standard multi-angle rear-view camera and plenty of cargo space. Great for transporting lots of stuff, say to storage or the dump. Hurry to the Honda Dream Garage sales event. You've got a garage to fill. The most durable, longest-lasting brand in its class has great deals. Now at your Honda dealer.
Champion! 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 Hey, 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 hey!
Listen up, it's Ford Truck Month. This is the time, this is the place. And this is Ford F-150, the truck that goes toe-to-toe with your life. Made of high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy that pulls the highest safety rating the government can give. And with a 360-degree camera, it's like having your head on a swivel, pal. So load up your crew. This is the time.
Now get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 bonus cash. See your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fourth. We remain scoreless. Cubs Spring Training Baseball is live with MLB.com at bat. Stay connected all spring with radio broadcasts, video highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
New pitcher, new catcher, Trevor Cahill takes over on the mound. Tim Fedorovich was his battery mate. Christopher Negron now playing first for Rizzo. There he is.
Oh, man.
That is a serious looking lefty.
Yeah.
How much does that card go for these days?
Oh, boy. 8 cents.
Did you pose specifically for the baseball card?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those posed.
All one on David Wright. Ground ball toward right, and Zobrist just can't get it.
Looked like Ben was going to be able to track this one down. Looks like he may have overplayed it a little bit. Infielders at the ready when Cahill's on the mound. Typically gets a lot of ground balls. Racked up a lot of strikeouts pitching out of the bullpen for the Cubs last year. You remember he was released by the Braves where he really struggled. Pitched at AAA with the Dodgers. And then a handful of times with the Cubs before being called to the big leagues. And he was very effective. 11 regular season appearances. There goes the double play ball.
Yeah, he didn't play in a couple of home run friendly parts for his home games last year, but terrorized pitching everywhere else. And hooks this one foul. You see all the cars he drove to work?
I saw a little bit of that, yeah.
Train.
Yeah,
he's got like 6 luxury cars. So early on he did 1 per day. And then the last one he said, "Oh, you're not going to believe this one." He rode a horse to work. By the way, while living in Cuba, he never owned a car. Said, "I walked or rode my bike." So got no problem with that. You got the money, you want to spend it that way, do it. Have fun with it. He's got an Alfa Romeo, tricked out Ford F-250. Lamborghini. Bryant makes the catch, right tags and heads to third. There's Duda, runner at third and 1 out. Wide for ball 1. Will open the season at Kansas City Sunday night. Rematch of last year's World Series. 2-1.
5 games, right? Kansas City won. 4-1, I believe. Harvey and Volquez. We'll start that opener for those two clubs. That's a good swing.
A base hit to drive in the first run of the ball game as Wright will score.
Do that big slugger, but that time just a little curvature to left to drive in a run.
Deflected it to Zobrist, who then got it to Cahill. So 3-4 to 1 to retire Walker.
Cahill, the guy Joe Madden will call on to pitch multiple innings. Entering the game in the middle, or if a starter gets knocked out early, he can come in and really give you some valuable innings.
There's a changeup to Conforto. To Negron, he'll take it unassisted, and that will end the inning. 2 hits and a run, and the Mets have the lead. It's 1-0 after 4.
Who knew mini motoring could be so much fun? Actually, we did. We're Knaus Mini, featuring the entire lineup of 2016 Mini models. Who knew motoring a Mini could be this affordable? Once again, we did. We're Knaus Mini, now featuring special offers, plus boot to bonnet no-cost maintenance standard. Who knew you'd be so ready for a Mini? We did. Knaus Mini, Route 41, Lake Bluff.
Building the only trucks with the best fuel economy, best towing, best torque, and best payload takes guts. Overcoming any obstacle, that's the glory. Get a great deal on the trucks that give you both during Ram Truck Month.
Now get 0% APR for 84 months, plus $2,000 bonus cash on the 2016 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
This is Anthony Rizzo, all-star first baseman for the Chicago Cubs. When he's not playing baseball, he's reading about baseball.
God, he's so good.
When he's not reading about baseball, he's listening to baseball.
Those guys with their kick.
When he's not listening to baseball,
What's up, boys?
He's watching live baseball.
Jonesy. Ooh, that's deep. Ooh.
And when he's not watching live baseball, he's playing baseball. MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
Blackhawks, Jets, tomorrow at 6:30 on CSN.
Well, great to be back in Las Vegas. This has become an annual rite of spring training for the Chicago Cubs. Julian Duga, the Director of Sports Marketing at the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, is with us in the booth. Thanks for dialing up perfect weather for the weekend.
Lynn, I can't believe it. If it had been last week when you were here, you'd have had 65 and 70 mile an hour winds. So this has been great. Cannot complain a bit. Great crowd. Everyone's having a ball.
Yeah, I heard 40 mile an hour winds the other day.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely cooperated.
Well,
Tim Fedorovich will lead it off. And he takes a strike from Chase Bradford. This is a great time of year to be in Las Vegas.
You know, you can't beat the weather really this time. I was kind of kidding about the wind.
Swing and a miss. A lot going on here in Vegas.
Yeah, so I got a buddy who lives back in Phoenix. He likes to play a little poker, but he also likes his college basketball. He's a big Gonzaga guy. He was out here. You had the conference tournament out here. You do like 3 different conference tournaments,
well,
right?
Actually, it's 4. We've got the Mountain West, the Pac-12, the WAC, and the West Coast Conference. And we've also got a huge NASCAR race that we have out here. And then you can't forget, you know, the basketball tournament season is in March. The Mint 400, which is a huge off-road race, and just all of the normal things that they ought to do here in Las Vegas.
There's a fair ball into the left field corner for Fedorovich. And he's got a leadoff double. So the Cubs trailing 1-0 have a man in scoring position with nobody out.
No chance to draw even here in the top half of the 5th.
So restaurants, golf, casinos, go see Billy Idol. There's all kinds of stuff to do here.
Oh, it's, you know, the town, when you sit down and really think about what we've got to offer from an entertainment standpoint of view, there isn't another place in the world that can compete with us. And then, you know, we bring an event like this into town. I mean, you can't beat it.
Good bunt by Chris Negron. Barehanded play right. And he got him at first. What a play by David Wright. Might have been a replay review situation in the regular season, but we're still in spring training, so that will not happen.
Yeah, David Wright with that bad back, but when he's right, he can really play the position. It's just a good baseball play, too. Just a smart bunt. I mean, you got a chance to get yourself a knock. If not, you move Fedorovich over to third base where he stands with just 1 out.
And the Mets will bring their infield in against Ben Zobrist. And it's low for a ball. What other kinds of things can you do here in Las Vegas, Julian, that people might not be immediately aware of?
Well, if you like nature, we've got some of the most fantastic opportunities in the West. got the Grand Canyons, we got the Valley of Fire, other desert areas that are available.
Hoover Dam.
It just goes on and on and on. And I tell people, the Grand Canyon experience, if you've never done it, is definitely something you want to do. And then Valley of Fire, I always tell people that is definitely something.
I don't know the Valley of Fire. What's that all about?
Oh, it's the lowest spot in North America.
Oh, really?
And it'll get up to 120, 125 degrees.
Tie ball game. Ben Zobrist with an RBI single. That's 1-1.
Pretty swing by Ben Zobrist. After grounding out to second base a couple of times, he lines this one into right field. So the Valley of Fire, we'll put that on the bucket list.
You bet. And I'll tell you, if you like hiking, the Red Rock area here is some of the best hiking in North America. We've had folks from all over the world that come in to hike here. I mean, and we tell people there's a lot more to do in Las Vegas than the normal things that people, think that there are to do here.
Well, nobody knows, because when people leave Vegas, whatever happened here stays here. They don't tell. See, that's the problem you have. As a marketing guy,
you want people to tell you.
Whatever happens in Vegas, you need to tell people.
Trust me, they're telling.
Word gets out?
The word gets out, yes.
I don't know. I'm not a marketing guy.
So, we got a couple of other little things. The T-Mobile Center is opening a new 20,000-seat arena. And we've got several hotels that are about to announce that it's going to really, add to our
Broken bat bouncer, Duda with a diving stop, and the ball gets away from Bradford. Runners will advance.
Nice sparkling play here by Lucas Duda, and the feed was good. Bradford just didn't hang on. Luckily for Duda, that bat was out away from him because he was not in a position to defend himself. But the feed was right there for Bradford. Maybe took his eye off the ball a little bit, trying to find the base.
The error will go on the pitcher, Bradford. So the Killers and Wayne Newton will open up the arena.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty great weekend. And I always remind people, too, we have 150,000 hotel rooms here in Las Vegas. So we're continuously coming up with new ideas and things to offer folks to help us drive that market. And the Chicago market for us, you got to understand that it's one of our better markets. We love Chicago. We love the Cubs. I mean, I was just thinking, this is the 12th or 13th year that we've done this, and I've been at every one of these games. So... And I can't wait to come visit Wrigley this year.
You got to get to Wrigley. This will be the year to do it.
Yep.
There's the 0-1 to Las Vegas native Chris Bryant. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm a big hockey fan. There's still speculation Las Vegas could be part of NHL expansion.
That would be phenomenal for our community. We think that would really help bring us up, into the 21st century.
Does the NHL play exhibitions here? Do you have exhibitions?
Not yet, because we haven't really had a facility for them. But now that we've got the new arena, I'm sure that we will see them. We hosted the NBA All-Star game here back in 2007, and it's one of the things that we were thinking that, we didn't have an NBA team then. There's a possibility that we could host the All-Star games. The platform here in Las Vegas is a wonderful place, to hold, an All-Star game.
Tie ball game, but the Cubs here have a great opportunity to grab the lead, and they will. And Bryant will be safe. It's an infield hit, and it's 2-1.
Not a whole lot going on in this top half of the 5th. There's been some very solid contact. A misplay by Bradford. Here's a little slow roller that Bryant turns into a base hit. We talked about this a lot early last year. Chris Bryant, not just a slugger, a very good athlete who runs quite well.
So the Cubs with 2 on the board this inning, and now it's Trevor Cahill who will likely try to bunt Bryant the second, and he bunts through strike 1. And we should mention baseball. I mean, obviously the Cubs, as you said, Julian, have been here a lot over the years. The Stars, the 51s, have made it great AAA city. And this ballpark actually hosted back in the mid-90s, I believe, some regular season games when the A's had to play here.
Yes, I believe it was 12 or 13 games that they had here.
Flip to the plate, it's safe there, no force. There it's in, it's 3-1.
That's kind of default play, not just for the Cubs, but for most teams. First and third, 1 out with your pitcher up there, the safety squeeze. In order, pretty bunt, good read by Hayward, and exhale. I hate to see the head first slide in spring training, and boy, into home plate. It's always dicey, but playing the game.
This has been a 3-run interview, Julian.
I know, it's been great. Good. And speaking of the stadium, we are extremely pleased with our facility here. You look at our field, they've done a great job of getting our field prepared for this year's season. And quite honestly, we're excited about the season. I mean, this town's a baseball town. So we're looking forward to the rest of this day and tomorrow.
Well, the city has produced a lot of great baseball talent. Going back to Greg Maddux, I mentioned Bryce Harper, Chris Bryant, Joey Gallo. Should have a nice long major league career.
I think so, yeah. He's a good one. And speaking of Greg is doing pretty well on the golf circuit around town here. He's quite the golfer.
Been known to show up at the golf course every now and then.
Heck of a guy. Yeah.
2 on, 1 out. 3 runs in. The Cubs have grabbed the lead here in the 5th inning. The 0-1 drops in for strike 2. Looks like the weather will cooperate tomorrow as well.
It looks like it's going to be a great day.
What's the capacity here? Do you know off the top of your head?
A little over 9,000, but we've got standing room with you. I would say we probably got 9,500 folks in here tonight.
Popped him up, shallow left. Conforto the play, 2 outs. Julian, thanks again for having us.
It's been great.
Wonderful hospitality. You take great care of us here. And we hope to be back here next spring as well.
If I have anything to do with it, you will be.
Big League Weekend. Make sure you come to Wrigley too.
You bet.
Julian Duga, the Director of Sports Marketing for the LVCVA in Las Vegas. Tommy La Stella 2 for 2 with a double.
Tommy La Stella reminds me a little bit of Paul Molitor. Obviously, Molitor was a right-handed hitter, and not exactly the same. But watch La Stella hit, and how quiet he is at the box, how quiet his hands are. See, he sets him back to begin with, so there's not a whole lot of movement to get into a load position. He's already kind of locked and loaded, and then he just throws the barrel at the ball.
So that's a really good comp.
Talked to some hitting coaches in the past, and I couldn't hit my way out of a wet paper bag, but so they talk sometimes about a hitter has to know where his barrel is, as he loads and his. Stella, he knows, right? Because there's no big hitch. He's not swirling the hands around.
I'm going to get Julian back in here. Mike on Twitter remembered last year's
our question?
Yes. You were going to ask if gambling is down on Friday the 13th, because we were here on Friday the 13th last year. And we were kind of thinking that people might gamble less on Friday the 13th. We'll ask him off the air. Or we'll try to remember for next year. This will be a running bit.
Because it would probably take a while to look that up.
3-2 on Lostello with Russell on deck.
And that's a chase pitch for a lot of guys. But again, the quiet hands, the good approach, great knowledge of the strike zone allows him to wait just a little bit longer, less vulnerable to those breaking pitches, and move out of the zone.
Easy play, Neil Walker. Inning over. Cubs grab the lead. The go-ahead RBI coming from the hometown hero. It's 3-1.
Spring Training Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
See the full line of Frigidaire Professional products at Apt. Apt, pleasing people since 1936.
This is what precision feels like. Magnetic Ride Control actively monitors road conditions 1,000 times per second to deliver a comfortable ride.
1,000 times, huh?
Yep, per second.
How about that?
This is the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Or get nearly $8,300 total value on specially equipped 2016 Sierra Crew Cab SLT models. GMC, we are professional grade.
Cubs regular season baseball just around the corner. Tuesday night, Cubs and the Angels. Second game of a two-game series. Pitching matchup, John Lester and Andrew Heaney in a battle of lefties. Cubs pregame live starts at 8:30. Presented by Fields Auto Park on CSN+. One thing I read today that I found interesting, baseball columnist Joe Sheehan made his postseason award picks, and he did the who I think should win and who I think will win. He says he thinks Garrett Richards, this is a preseason pick, he's picking to be the best pitcher in the American League.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. He'll pitch game 1 against Jake Arrieta. He doesn't think he will. I think he said David Price will. This Richards has a new changeup. A grown to Cahill, and they get Cabrera. Hey, the Cubs will host the 11th annual Race to Wrigley charity run presented by ATI Physical Therapy, Saturday, April 23rd at Wrigley Field. The 5K course runs through the streets of the Lakeview neighborhood and concludes in the friendly confines. Cubs charities will donate proceeds to support critical care needs for pediatric patients in Chicago through Advocate Children's Hospital. Sign up at racetowrigley.com. Lewicki's from Carmel, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis, where he grew up a huge Cub fan.
Purdue, right?
Yeah.
He played at Purdue.
Be the backup to Travis d'Arnaud.
Cahill working in the bullpen for the Cubs last year saw an uptick in his velocity from his time as a starter with Atlanta, a couple miles an hour better. Along with it, he saw a spike in his strikeout rate. He's got a good sinker, good changeup. He just saw that get over curveball. Could be a good pitch for him.
So Plawecki aboard. He's 2 for 2.
Trevor was an 18-game winner with the A's back in 2010.
Here is Travis d'Arnaud. In the dirt, ball 1. Lights are just starting to take effect as we near sundown in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's start time, 5 o'clock first pitch here, or shortly thereafter this afternoon. A lot of times that you worry about shadows, but it really wasn't that big of an issue.
Kerwin Danley making the call at first. Couldn't get him to go after the breaking ball.
Power, 12 home runs last year in 268 plate appearances.
Runner goes, and that one hit foul. Just going through all the memories here in Las Vegas. You see in the background Henry Blanco. The one that still stands out to me was 05 or 06, final game of spring training, and he hit a blast to left. I think it was in the 10th inning, a walk-off home run, and we immediately called him the Cactus League MVP.
Did you have a trophy? Did you give him a flat screen TV to honor his exploits? Yeah, you get into the exhibition season, start rolling into extra innings. Nobody's overly excited about that.
And you remember the Cubs coaching staff. No grounds out. Plawecki at second, 2 outs. Anderson has grounded out twice to the right side, but the third baseman has made the play both times. Stella, this time with the runner at second. Stella will stay to the left of the bag. And ball 1 on Curtis. Pedro Strop is up. Anderson, a UIC product. I think the baseball field is named after him. Les Miller Field at Curtis Granderson Stadium. Outside corner. Doug Eddings has been fairly liberal out there.
He's opened it up a bit.
Strike three, so Cahill, 2 innings of work, has allowed 1 run and has a 3-1 lead.
Hey, buddy, happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, Cap. I appreciate it.
I got you something.
What'd you give me? Thanks.
It's the Jumbo Bucks you wanted.
Cap, Jumbo Bucks is the new family of instant tickets from the Illinois Lottery. You can win up to $3 million instantly.
Do they take hundreds? I need that back.
Jumbo prizes, excitement, and fun from the Illinois Lottery. Get ready to live large.
I need that back. Bring that back here.
We try to stay directly within the Fields Auto Group. Fields has a wonderful reputation.
I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
They're as invested in me as a person as I am in them, and that makes a huge difference. It makes me come back.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
And now, during Ram Truck Month and Chrysler's Spring Clearance Event, lease a new 2016 Jeep Patriot Sport 4x2 for only $159 per month for 24 months.
All right, Luke's ready. Kill the lights.
Luke Bryan, the Kill the Lights Tour. The 2-time CMA Entertainer of the Year. Saturday, August 27th at Wrigley Field. Special guest, Little Big Town. Dustin Lynch and DJ Rock. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at Cubs.com/Luke Bryan.
Kelly Crawl here. Sportsnet Central will follow Cubs and Mets on Comcast Sportsnet. We'll have full highlights from Las Vegas, plus my one-on-one bike ride interview with Joe Madden. Join me and Chris Bowden tonight after Cubs baseball.
Having fun in Las Vegas. A lot of Cub fans, a lot of Met fans here this weekend. A rematch of last year's NLCS. And 2 teams who definitely feel like they're going to be playing for a lot in September and beyond in 2016. Eric Goodell, a right-hander.
Don't call him Eddie. I pitched well out of the Mets bullpen last year, a 2.43 ERA. He's not on the LCS roster. It's in the division series against the Dodgers. He goes 92-94 with a heater. Mixes in a curveball and a split finger pitch.
Swing and a miss by Addison Russell. Henry Mejia received a lifetime ban over the winter for his 3rd positive drug test. Came out in February. Mejia had 28 saves 2 seasons ago. Jeurys Familia is their closer. Popped up on the short right, and it is Granderson for the out.
Well, you never know what you're going to get one year to the next with the bullpen, but the Mets have to feel pretty good about their chance. About its starting rotation has a chance to be as good as anybody in the game. Offensively, I think they'll be good. Again, there was a Jekyll and Hyde kind of story for them last year. Really struggled in the first half before putting up big numbers after the break. Should get consistent play from Walker and Cabrera up the middle.
In their first 97 games last year, they put up 3.4 runs per game as an offense. Their last 65, 5.4. Pretty stark contrast. Finished fourth in the majors in team ERA. We have some defensive questions. But that's where a big-time strikeout staff helps.
Yeah, you go in there for a 3-game series and you run into Harvey, DeGrom, and Syndergaard. You might punch out 45 times.
Use a 6-man rotation at times. Waiting on Zach Wheeler's return. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery.
Terry Collins signed a 3-year deal back in the fall. He says that will be it for him. 3-year deal or 2-year deal?
I think 3.
Yeah, 3 sounds right. I think it's right here in their little notes they put out. He signed a 2-year contract.
Okay, 2 years.
So 2 years. 2 and take it to the house is the plan for Terry Collins.
Walks. Well, maybe down the road. I think Cub fans like him right where he is. His current job.
So many punchlines available, but I'm not going to say anything for fear of getting myself in deep trouble.
Christopher Negron. Almost hit him.
Two-seam running fastball.
Now 1 and 2.
Negron signed with the Red Sox back in 06. 7th round draft pick.
Base hit. Fedorovich, former Red Sox draft pick as well.
Negron did not get to the big leagues until 2012. That's while he was a member of the Cincinnati Reds.
Fourth trip to the plate for Ben Zobrist. Knocked in a run and scored in the fifth. In terms of work habits and just kind of the way he carries himself, Ben Zobrist is too good to be true, isn't he? We heard all the stories from his manager, Joe Madden, back to his Rays days. And what we have observed here in spring training is exactly what he told us.
Yeah, attention to detail. You just watch him. Even when the guys are out doing their morning stretch and their light running to get started, I mean, he does everything exactly the way he's told to do it. I was watching, Tim Buss had him out doing some, the stretch warm-up program, and they do one little series of sprints where they shuffle a couple, shuffle steps like they're going to steal a base, and then they break. Sometimes you see guys kind of going through the motions with that. Not Ben.
Two on him. Jorge Soler on deck. Pretty well. Granderson dives and he can't quite get it. Fedorovich will be held by Gary Jones. It's a long single for Zobrist, and Terry Collins wants to make sure his right fielder's all right, and it looks like he is.
Well, the wind that was blowing so strong early in the ball game has settled down a little bit. Otherwise, I think this ball carries a little bit better than it did. Beautiful effort here by Granderson. Had it in the glove, but just could not hang on.
That'll be it for Zobrist. Logan Watkins will run. Ball one on Soler. Who's your DH Monday night? Is it Tommy La Stella? The way he's swinging the bat? Is it Jorge Soler?
I don't know. I haven't looked at my iPad yet and crunched all the numbers.
You've got righty Monday, the lefty Heaney Tuesday, so you'd think Jorge would get in there at least for game 2.
And we talked about La Stella's advanced approach against guys with really good stuff, so he would be a good fit, wouldn't he, against Richards?
He's making a good case these days to find his way in that starting lineup.
Yeah, sometimes the guys like La Stella, they hurt their own cause because they're so good off the bench, too. They might not get some starts because it's so valuable to have that one guy that you can count on to give you a tough AB against a tough reliever.
And does the math change with the DH and being in an American League park a little bit?
You get because the likelihood that you don't pinch hit.
Good take, 3-2.
Okay, I'll go with yes then. Okay. I'm sold.
All right. I don't have any inside information, but just a hunch. 3-2, the bases loaded. Fedorovich ready to tag along with Negron. Cespedes makes the catch. Here's his throw. Better hurry. He's safe. Cespedes has a cannon out there. Throw is offline. Fedorovich in on a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, I think the strategy for the Mets in the outfield is going to be anytime there's a throw that needs to be made. If Cespedes is an option, let him get the ball. You see Granderson backing off there, allowing Cespedes to come and catch that ball, even though he was drifting away from the play.
If that throws on line, they're going to get Negron.
Tough to make an accurate throw when you're drifting in one direction, having to throw back the other way.
Albert Almora Jr. now. As a lot of the regulars are coming out of the game.
If you're not a regular, are you an irregular? Would you take umbrage? Hey, let's get the irregulars in there. Noticing Albert yesterday as he got on the airplane, he's bigger than I think a lot of people realize. Big, strong kid. Working awfully hard here, closing in on 30 pitches. Base hit will get you two. Curveball.
Cubs add to their lead. It's 4-1 in the sixth.
Who knew mini motoring could be so much fun? Actually, we did. We're Canals Mini, featuring the entire lineup of 2016 Mini models. Who knew motoring a Mini could be this affordable? Once again, we did. We're Canals Mini, now featuring special offers, plus boot to bonnet no-cost maintenance standard. Who knew you'd be so ready for a Mini? We did. Canals Mini, Route 41, Lake Bluff.
Watch me now, watch me now, watch me now, watch me now, watch me now.
The experts at Binny's Beverage Depot can read my mind. They can even read my signs. You can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
As long as I can remember, I aimed high. I listened to my coaches, and they guided me. When it came to testing myself, I opted in, not out, because that's how I knew I'd be ready to compete. That's how I knew I'd be ready for this.
Talia Hurst steps in front, and the USA scored 2 goals.
By raising standards, aiming high, and testing their skills, kids can achieve great things. Help your child get their game plan for success at bealearninghero.org.
Tomorrow, the home stretch to the Stanley Cup playoffs continues. Blackhawks will match up with the JETS Jets as they try to make up some ground in the Central. Coverage starts at 6:30 with Chevy. Blackhawks pregame live right here on CSN Chicago. They'll have to do it without Duncan Keith.
Have they announced the suspension?
I don't think they have, but I think the suspension has been dubbed indefinite until he has his hearing. So here's Pedro Strop.
Well, he's had a very nice spring. Part of the Cubs bullpen last year.
So Strop, Fedorovich, the battery. Yasiel Balagert at first. Logan Watkins at second. Munenori Kawasaki is at short. Chris Negron now at third. Matt Caesar in left. Albert Almora in center. John Andrioli in right. Two and 0 on right. Evelyn Collar is at the game. A tweet from her nephew Mark. She's 93 years old and enjoying Cubs baseball here from Las Vegas. Called strike 3. Kawasaki always communicating. Oh, you asked Joe if he's ready. Are you ready? You feel like you're
I think
your mental game ready to go for opening night?
Yep, I think you know, as we've done these spring training games, to try to ease into it. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th. I think I've been able to minimize my verbal gaffes. My scorecard looks fairly clean. I think I'm good to go.
So you're giving us 9 tonight.
I'll be here for 9. Quick pitch.
Cespedes got under it. And Rioli makes the grab. 2 outs.
Yeah, so the Cubs at the end of spring is a little different for the Cubs. Obviously, they come here for these 2 games against the Mets. Saturday's an off day. And then Sunday they play an exhibition game against the team they open the season with. So it's gonna be kind of weird. Final few days. 2 and out for Strop. Davey Martinez out to make the pitching change.
If we want a bet from Joe, or Joe just said, why don't you do it? So a change in the 6th. We'll be back.
Great things start in garages. Like the start of your perfect Honda collection with great deals during the Honda Dream Garage sales event, including the all-new Honda Civic. The best-selling car in its class now has a redesigned exterior. Nice wheels. Care to upgrade?
Yeah. Oh, hey, yes, I do. Whoa.
Hurry in. You've got a garage to fill.
The Honda Dream Garage sales event has great deals on the all-new Civic. Now at your Honda dealer.
Hey, Jack. When you have a BMO Harris Blackhawks debit MasterCard, it's like the team is always with you.
Observe.
Huh? Spot of tea, madam.
Yes, please.
Happy birthday!
Apply for your Blackhawks fan card today. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
Hate shopping for a used car because you feel like you might be buying someone else's problem? Well, with a Continental certified car, you don't have to worry. Just look for this. Buy with confidence knowing that the car has been through an 80-point quality and safety inspection. Comes with a 30-day, 1,000-mile warranty. And get this, a 3-day exchange policy. So check out our huge selection of Continental certified cars only at Continental Motors. 10 brands, 8 locations, thousands of choices. Only at Continental Motors and ContinentalMotors.com.
Victor Rondon ready. 1-0 pitch on Lucas Duda's a strike. It's 1-1. Couple of rough outings, but better as of late.
Yeah, and so we've seen the way Joe has handled his bullpen here in the final stages of spring training, and this is what most managers do. You start to get ready to play the championship season, so you use guys the way you might during the regular year. Now it's earlier in the ball game than you'd see Rondon, but coming into this 2 outs in the inning situation, gets a dangerous hitter. Blowing and going.
Fair ball. DeMuth made the call. It raised the chalk, and Duda's got a double.
Duda's showing some pretty good batsmanship here tonight. He carved that base hit to left earlier, went down, got a pitch in that at bat. This time it's a slider moving down and in. He just collapses his legs, makes a nice easy pass through the zone. Two out of 3 now for Duda.
Walker has grounded out twice. Pitch is low.
It'd be tough for Walker to leave Pittsburgh, his hometown. Big part of the success they've had there in recent years.